Big scientific discovery coming out this week. Scientists have created the first ever laboratory-grown meatball, which did not require the death of a cow. Now, this is a significant product for a lot of reasons. It addresses a lot of issues. So one, for many people, the ethics of consuming a live animal is problematic. So they become a vegetarian, they become a vegan. This product helps you to go halfway in between. So what it is, it's a product that is cultured. So it's grown in a lab using real meat cells. So they're the same cells as meat, but it's not from a live animal. It just copies an animal protein cell and they rearrange the molecules into the structure of a meat. The process takes between 9 and 21 days, and their products, which are going to be hot dogs, sausages, burgers, and the meatball that we just talked about, are going to be developed using recipes perfected by award-winning chefs. So this is a huge product. It's got a lot of venture capital behind it, and it solves the vegetarian problem. It also solves arguably an even bigger problem, which is when you're talking about the environmental impact of producing meat. So meat is actually very bad for the environment. It costs a lot of resources in order to create a pound of meat. I believe the statistics are pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, just transportation alone, transporting cattle from place to place, things along those lines that you don't really think about really do cost the environment a lot more than any.
Climate. What it also does is, when you grow a massive cow, I don't think we really realize, unless you're around cows, how big a beef cow is, right? So generating 1 calorie from beef requires 23 calories in feed. Now, this product generates 1 calorie of meat with just 3 calories of inputs. So this is really good. It's healthy, free of antibiotics. There's no, contamination, pathogens, anything found in conventional meat. So my question to you, Tamara, is clearly this is a good idea, but do you think people are going to be so weirded out because it's test tube meat that they're not going to buy into it?
I don't think they're going to be weirded out as long as it's clearly stated what is in it. I think that would be my main concern, is if you're making things artificially, you can make things artificially a way that could be bad for people, which is like so much of the food that's already in grocery stores today. Artificial colors, artificial flavoring, things like that that are killing you slowly that you don't even realize because it's everywhere. And so if they're taking out a source of food that is kind of considered natural, even though it may be pumped with things, I don't know. It's questionable. It depends on how translucent they're going to be about letting us know what's actually in it.
Exactly. And from what it sounds like, they are pretty open. It is something that I'm interested to see, for them, who is their first audience. Yeah. Right? I don't know if they're going to be able to convince people. Maybe they can convince a vegetarian that this is okay, but they might not be able to convince a vegan. Yeah. Right? Because technically this is not from an animal per se, it's just cells. But there are a lot of ethical questions involved, but it's an interesting one. I certainly would try it. And, as someone who has tried, a lot of the vegan and vegetarian meat alternatives, I can say, really, you're in denial if you think they actually taste like meat.
Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of the reason people stop eating meat too is because it's a big thing that humans were really meant to be consuming the fibers the way that we are now when it comes to meat products. So it actually could be healthier for humans to not be consuming other animal products.
That's true.
And if that was the case, those people still wouldn't be the kind of product base that they would want at all.
You're totally right. So that's the story. Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you are going to get on board with this fake meatball, let me know, and don't forget to subscribe.